So to create a web page, first thing I'm going to be doing is to create a folder. I'll be needing a folder to store all my web files, my web pages inside them. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to hover my mouse at or my cursor at new, then I'll tap on folder. Okay, so this folder I'm going to name it something like web page and I'm going to hit enter. Okay, so now that I've created our web page, I am going to go to this VS Code, which is our Visual Studio Code. Another way to also do that is to I can create a new file from here. I can open an let me say an already like an existing file. I can also open an existing folder and all that. So as I can see, I have some pages already created. But in the meantime, you can also click on open folder. Once you click on open folder, if you don't have a web page or a web folder already, you can just right click here, use the same method, click on new, and then create the folder. After renaming it, you tap on it and you select it. So in this case, I have my web pages here, so I'm going to select this folder. Okay, so when I select it, you can see the folder is here. Okay, so I'm going to expand it. Okay, so now that I've expanded it, you see that there are options for creating a new file, and there's also an option for creating a new folder, and there is this option for refreshing the Explorer, but I don't have an internet connection here. You can see I don't have an internet connection, and you can also collapse the folder. So if I tap on collapse, everything is going to, okay, I don't have files yet, so if I create files under it, it can collapse just like when I tap here and it's collapse. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is to create a new file. So I'm going to tap this, and when I tap this, I'm going to name it index. And after naming it index, I'm going to add the file extension. File extensions are used to define a file type. Okay, and you always use dot the extension. Okay, dot the file type. So here I'm going to be using dot html because I'm creating a HTML file. Okay, because HTML is basically the structural or let me say the skeletal structure or foundation of every web page. Okay, so now that I've used the HTML extension, you can see the HTML symbol appeared here. So this is also similar to if I want to create a CSS file and I use a CSS extension, it's going to bring out the CSS file symbol. The same way for JavaScript, if I swap it with JS, you see JS. If I also go back to let's try PDF, you still see the logo for PDF. Okay, so you can see the logo for PDF. So the same way, you know the Word document, most of it are very familiar with, let's say, Microsoft Word or Google Docs. So if you use something like Doc or Docs, you still have the same extension. I don't know about Sheets. I've never tried it before, but let's see. Okay, it didn't work. Then PPS. Okay. Then the same way, if you also try this for, let's say, pictures. Pictures comes in different file types such as JPEG. So if you use JPEG, you see it brought out the symbol of an image. If you still try JPG, the same thing. We also have the PNG file type, the same thing. And there is also one more. Okay, yes, we have the hike, HEIC. Okay, you can create it here. It's a new file type for iOS users. And we also have the WebKeys. WebKeys are used to send GIFs on your WhatsApp, GIFy images. So it's also an image type, okay? So as you can see, when it comes to the audio, you can also try something like MP4 and it's going to bring out the video player, okay? And if you also use MP3, it's going to bring out an audio sign. So this is just many ways of creating an extension. So right now, what we need is HTML right up, okay? Because we are creating a web page. So HTML is always the first, or let me say, is always the basic foundation, the skeletal foundation before you start adding other beautifications and qualities and every other thing. So I'm going to hit enter. So that's it. So before we start adding every other functionality, so this page that I've created, if I want to open it, okay, I can go to my folder, open it, and I'm going to see the file. And if I have my internet on, I'm going to right click and it's going to give me options of opening it with a browser. And I can also do the same thing right here. Or if I don't want to do that, I can always open it with a live server. Now for this live server, if I have my internet on, you go to the Explorer, you see extensions. Okay, there are certain symbols that are meant to come out at the side here. Okay, so you click on extensions and download a live server. But in the next video, I'm also going to teach you that. Okay, but I already installed mine, but I'm going to teach you how to install that in the next video. So if I open it to the live server, that's because I don't have an internet connection. Okay, so it's when I have an internet connection I can decide to use my Chrome to open it and all that. But this live server is still going to open on my Chrome browser because my Chrome browser is already my default browser. Okay, for most people, it can open on Microsoft Edge and maybe Phoenix browser if you're using your phone or anyone, Google site, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to click on open with server. So if I click on open with server, it's going to take me to this page right here. So this is actually my it's open on my Chrome, but as a live server. Okay, I don't have internet on. Now this is still blank. As you can see, we have the file name here. As you can see, index.html, but I don't have a title yet. Okay, if I change the title, it's going to appear here. But so this is where the link is just going to be. Okay, so if I and here this place is still blank, so this is just like a page. Let's just say how you have your books, or yes, a blank page of a book. Then is when you now start typing or writing on them. That's when you can start seeing the visibility. So the same way, what I'm going to have to do is this. Now I am going to split this screen. Okay, so this is going to be, or probably I'm going to use I'm going to swap it actually. So I'm going to use, okay, so I'm going to share the screen so that you can be seeing how everything works. Okay, so first of all, I am going to, okay, I want to hide this side panel, so I'm going to undo this, and I also want to hide this side panel, so I'll take undo this. Okay, so all right, so and I'm going to also cancel this welcome so that it's not like block things for me. All right, so now that we have it, so I'm going to go ahead again and share it. Okay, so there we have it. So as you can see now that I've created this web page, anything I start typing here is going to reflect on this live server. Okay, so even if I don't refresh it, okay, okay, it said live reload is not possible without a header body tag. I'm still going to introduce you guys to the tags and elements for writing a web page after creating the web page. Okay, so that's just it. So anything I do and all that. All right, so okay, so now, as you noticed, you have been seeing notifications about head and body tag and all that. Well, web pages are written in form of tags and elements, and additionally attributes that helps give semantic meaning to a tag. So the first tag for every HTML document is the HTML tag. It's going to serve as the root element. Okay, so when you write your HTML tag, it's going to bring out a closing tag. Okay, and inside it is going to be wrapping the head tag, okay, and also the body tag. So that's just it, and every other items will be in the head and body tag, but we are going to get to that later. You're not going to see anything here because it's just the tag, unless maybe inside this body I come and start typing something like, let me just like create a header one tag, a h1 tag, and I probably say something like welcome to Omas Academy. So as you can see, welcome to Omas Academy. I didn't even refresh it, so it automatically appeared. I didn't even know what was delaying it in the first place, but this is how live servers usually work. If you're using Chrome, you always have to go back and click on this refresh symbol here, but this one automatically reflects. Okay, so that's just how it works. Okay, so I'm going to teach you I'm going to teach you the basic structure of a web page in the next video, and also HTML text and so many things that you can use to format your text using HTML. See you in the next video.